Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I am going to be talking about Pisces celebrities, and in the video, I'm going to be using examples of people that have Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Ascendant. Anyway, well, first off, as far as Pisces celebrities go, one person that really strongly comes to mind, considering Pisces may very well be the most mediumistic sign of the zodiac, I do believe it is. The person that comes to mind really is renowned clairvoyant / mystic Edgar Cayce. He had his sun in Pisces, and he was obviously one of the ones that were most well known. I find it's interesting too, he actually took up photography as well, and photography can be connected with Pisces as well. So anyway, another thing about Pisces and celebrities as well, Pisces is strongly connected with the metaphysical, and that could include astrology. Now, people that have Pisces, prominent in their chart, such as their as I'm talking about, their sun, moon, or ascendant, can be very proficient in the metaphysical, which again it can include astrology. Now, prolific YouTube astrologers Alyssa Sharp and Crystal Lynn both have Pisces rising, and Crystal Lynn has a Pisces moon as well. Now, another thing I want to talk about, well, I've talked previously about how actors and actresses, at least on a subconscious level, I believe, if not conscious level at times, can be drawn to roles that correspond with their astrological energies. And I think Jennifer Love Hewitt is undoubtedly no exception, in my opinion. She has a Pisces sun, and many of you may have remembered she had starred in a series called Ghost Whisperer. Now, Pisces is a sign strongly associated with the paranormal, which includes ghosts, and on the show, she played a character that was able to communicate with ghosts and spirits, so I found that very interesting. Now, venerable actress Audrey Hepburn also, had Pisces prominent in her chart. She had her moon in Pisces. She was a ballerina. And dancing can be associated with the zodiac sign Pisces. So I think perhaps dancing may very well have been an emotional need for her. And next person I want to talk about, the late, great, legendary singer Michael Jackson had a Pisces moon as well, and saying he was a phenomenal dancer would likely be a vast understatement. And he did obviously the moonwalk like nobody else. I think he also may have invented it. And besides being a dancer, he was a singer, songwriter, and actor. And Michael Jackson was very multifaceted, to say the least, and very versatile. And I think the Pisces moon may have figured prominently in this because, me and some other people will concur that Pisces is actually the amalgamation of the previous 11 zodiac signs. And I think this is attributed to why Pisces is similar to Gemini in being often very multifaceted and versatile, and being able to often do many different things. And Michael Jackson, of course, is no exception to this, having a Pisces moon. So, anyway, another example, I'll talk about Pisces moon. The late, great singer, actor John Denver had a Pisces moon as well. And as I've talked about before, actors, I do believe, can often, at least on a subconscious level, if not a conscious level at times, be drawn to roles that correspond with their astrological energies. And with John Denver, I think this is a good example. Now, he was in a TV movie one time. I believe it was a TV movie. I know it was a movie. And he was, and it may have been a TV one, but anyway, he was, he played somebody that saw, in the movie, he saw a child that basically, somebody had gotten out of line with the child in a movie and that John Denver was in, and John Denver was a witness to it, and he saw this. And what John Denver did was he proceeded to pin the man to the ground that had got out of line with this child. And John Denver basically kept saying, you apologize, while he was pinning the guy to the ground. And the guy finally caved in, ultimately apologized to the kid. But the point I'm making is I think you saw a lot of this, like this compassionate Pisces energy come out. And Pisces energy is often about helping those that are unable to help themselves. I mean, Pisces energy could often help those that are less fortunate, but they could also help those, like in that instance, like a child who was really unable to really maybe defend himself at that or herself at that particular point in time. And Pisces, I think, even despite being seen, they could be somewhat submissive, passive, and sometimes they seem weak-willed, but at the same time, I think they can often fight for others that are unable to do it for themselves. So anyway, and another example is a revered NBA player Julius Erving, who has a Pisces Sun, was in a movie entitled The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. And it's interesting that in the movie, him, along with other players in the movie that had the Sun in Pisces, at least the characters that were other basketball players in the movie were supposed to all, the characters had their Sun in Pisces. I don't know if they had the Sun in Pisces in real life, but anyway, but the bottom line is they were all brought together to save a floundering franchise. Of course, no pun intended there, right? Pisces can be known to be one of the biggest rescuers of the zodiac, so I think it's interesting that he played a role. Julius Erving has the Sun in Pisces in real life, and the movie is entitled The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh, and Pisces is a sign that is seen as one of the great rescuers of the zodiac, so I thought it was interesting the way that panned out. So anyway, now sometimes though, keep in mind that, you can have in some cases, some things that are adverse can be connected with Pisces celebrities. Now, take Sun in Pisces, former MLB player Darryl Strawberry. Now, Darryl had tested positive for cocaine use in 1995. I believe it was by MLB, if I'm not mistaken. And he had spent some time in a drug treatment center as well. And he also acknowledged that he had an addiction to sex, which is almost like having sex nearly compulsively, I would say. Pisces can be associated with sensationalism and also being ruled by Neptune. I think Pisces has the greatest propensity of all the zodiac signs to be tied in to drugs and have that proclivity toward those drugs. And now Pisces also, when you look at this, the thing about this as well, as a positive note, best of my knowledge, Darryl Strawberry had combated the problem as far as the drugs went and eventually, I believe, emerged victorious. Now, keep in mind, Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter, so I think this kind of gives that Pisces that hope. If they run into some predicament that is tied into some drugs, sensationalism, alcohol, something Neptune related, sometimes Jupiter can be there in a pinch maybe to help them extricate themselves from this situation, giving them some optimism and hope for it. So, and he is also, reformed, of course, since those days, Darryl Strawberry has, and is a born-again Christian, and spirituality, I think, can be synonymous with this sign as well, the zodiac sign Pisces. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Pisces celebrities. And stay tuned next time where I will be giving you my Aries February 2017 horoscope forecast. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.